At the age of 18, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder. More recently, in the last few weeks, I've also been diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. They're illnesses that, severely impact my day-to-day life. There's a lot of difficult symptoms to deal with throughout the day. So depression, anxiety, at times mania, psychosis, suicide ideation, lots of difficult symptoms. And I feel like over the years I've become much better at finding coping techniques that are really helpful and useful for me. So making sure to take my medication correctly. My dog, Frankie, who's become, like my therapy dog, and he helps me actually manage a lot of my symptoms, such as hallucinations. For example, if I'm hallucinating that, there's a person in my home, but my dog does not react, I know that it's not actually there. So he helps me a lot with that. Art as well has also been an incredibly therapeutic tool for me. I actually, recently I say, about two years ago now, I started an art page called Tiftoff Art, where I...
Tiftoff Art?
Tiftoff Art, yeah.
Yes.
It's a childhood nickname that my dad gave me years ago.
Nice.
So on this page, I really try and be as open and honest as possible about the realities of living with these conditions. And I'm just trying to stand up and say, it's okay to have these illnesses. You can get the help you need and you're deserving of kindness. I think I've come to accept that I do need this medication to stay alive, to be stable. And, it's been decreased now, so I'm in a much better place, and I've got the right support from my psychiatrist, from a psychologist. So I'm in a good place in terms of medication. But as Conchita says, it is very, very difficult for some people. And for example, for me, as somebody who's a creative person, when you're on very heavy medication, it can make you feel very numb and you don't have energy to do much. And sometimes you lose that creative spark. So I know for a lot of creatives, they're apprehensive to take the medication because they feel like they lose that creativity. So there is a lot of difficult aspects.
So basically, my journey began when I came back from university at the age of 22. I came back really excited, happy, very proud of myself that I've done a degree in French. Obviously, you come back with that excitement, thinking I'm going to start my new career, new job. But then COVID hit. I started applying to jobs and to do with translation and that. And then interview after interview, I wasn't successful. So obviously that deteriorated my mood a bit. So I fell into a big, it was a hole I couldn't get out of. I fell into depression and it was a really, really bad phase of my life. But I think after, I spent a year not doing anything, being stuck at home, no friends, I used to compare myself a lot to others, specifically my family members that had jobs, and I used to say, why don't I have anything? But then that all changed after I went to Clubhouse, and I found it it was a daily routine. Although when I first went there, I thought, I'm not doing anything, I'm not talking to anyone. But my family members supported me and said, you have to go, just wake up in the morning and just go. And eventually, after doing that, I felt really like I had structure to my day, I had something to do. And eventually, over time, they found me a job, a transitional employment placement, where I developed my confidence and I got because when you get depressed, you lose all your confidence, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, that job for me was a moment where I could be myself and I could work towards building that confidence again, which I did. So after a few months, after working in a clinic with them, I developed my confidence and it gave me a stepping stone to like it was a step up to go into the real world, the working world. And then I went to more interviews. I didn't get successful, but then thanks to Nicole Byrne, she found me a really good job at the Department of Education. And to be honest, that has been like amazing for me, because I wouldn't know what I would have done without her if I didn't find her. So I'm really, really, truly grateful for her help, and others as well, and Clubhouse. And now, to be honest, I just want to spread awareness and reduce the stigma. And especially now that I'm a trainee counselor, I want to use my experience to help others who are suffering like I was.